Okay, we made it back to the US after Israel, which was crazy. Before we left to go to Israel, we actually even called the airline and things and to find out with everything going on with COVID if we should go or not or what was going on. But at the time, they weren't canceling flights or refunding or anything, and it was kind of like you just went because no one really knew what was going to happen. So yeah, it was kind of crazy once we were there and then found out that Trump was closing the borders from people coming from overseas, and we were overseas, so it got a little bit crazy there, but we did make it back, which was good. Definitely stressful for a while there, but so happy that we were able to get the trip in, and it was amazing. Highly, highly recommend it. Shirley and Eris and their family from Zula Life was just awesome. To be with them and to be with locals there, I think they really made the trip even that much better. So highly, highly recommend it. So before we left on the trip, we had left our dog Indy with my parents, and now she was 15. So I was definitely nervous leaving her and hoping she would just be okay while we were gone and everything would be all right. Well, luckily we kept checking in with my parents and everything was good. So we were again very happy about that. We got home on that Saturday that originally was going to be a day later, but got home on that Saturday and she was doing good. We were excited to see her. We got to hang out with her and it was all really good. Just so happy to be back with her. Then we woke up Sunday morning and she was not doing good. Not doing good. And we weren't exactly sure what was going on. She had had some episodes. She was 15, so we knew that. But she had had some episodes where things like this had happened and then she kind of just recovered from them. So it was really weird. She was totally fine the day before and then all of a sudden she wasn't. So we kind of were keeping an eye on her and just hoping it was just an episode and everything was going to be okay. We kind of assumed with her that we thought we had at least another 6 months, maybe a year, with just being able to tell how she was doing and getting older and everything. She just was not getting better. So we actually had my parents come over because we were at the RV park with them and take a look, and my parents kind of said the same thing, she does not look like she's doing very good. So we decided to take her to the vet, and we brought her into the vet and got the news that you never want to hear, which is basically it doesn't look good. We don't think she's gonna get better. It looks like she has just cancer spreading throughout her body. She right now seems like she's in a lot of pain. There really isn't much that we can do unless you want to run a bunch of tests and do a bunch of x-rays, and we knew how much she hated the vet, so we knew she didn't really want to have to be there. So we had to make the decision at that point to put her down. It was very, very hard, just tears flowing. The kids were out in the car because this is when COVID had all started, so they weren't able to be, in there with us, through most of this. And it was just one of those things. We all just kept hoping she was going to be okay because she just always had been. She was 15 and she kept just bouncing back and making it through things. But unfortunately, that was not going to be the case. So luckily, we were able to have the kids come in the room and we were all able to be in there with her and kind of, say our final goodbyes. The kids were able to do that as well and then head out, and then the vet came in and me and Craig were there the whole time while they did what they need to do, to the dogs when they do this. And I was just so glad that we were able to be there with her through this, but it was just so hard. Always, obviously, for anyone with a pet knows what it's like. She was our first baby, so even to this day, even now, I'm trying not to cry thinking about it. But even to this day, there's so many times when it's just she should be there. She's been with us through all of this and she's not here, and that's not right. It's not okay. And we had lost another dog that was our second dog we had gotten, and he lived till he was 10 or 11. We had lost him on the road as well, just from, again, old age and, just that stuff happening. But yeah, it was really, really hard, but just so lucky that we were able to come back and see her when this happened. She kind of waited for us, which was just amazing. But yeah, again, just nothing, anyone who's had pets knows what this is like. But so we did have to go through that. And then what we did with our other dog as well, because this happened down in Missouri with him years ago, is we had him and also then ended up having her cremated. And then my parents, since this was by the RV park they were staying at, were able to go and pick up her ashes and bring those to us the next time they met us. So then now we have her ashes and our other dog, Odin, his ashes. So then we can decide together where we want to like sprinkle those and do it all together. Since when you're on the road, you're just all these random places. It just never felt right to us to leave when they died just wherever they were. So we've always opted to do the cremation process. So it was very hard. I mean, having her for 15 years, like I said, our first baby, but so lucky that we were able to come back and have it happen, and it didn't happen when we were gone. So yeah, so that was obviously not the way we wanted it to be when we got back. Adding to all the craziness of everything that happened, we were really looking forward to just having her, like during this whole, what was coming with the quarantine, like having a pet with you would have been amazing. And we really just wish that she could have stayed with us longer, but we do know in the end, like this was the right decision for her. And we are glad that we were able to make that decision so she didn't have to suffer. And we knew she was a dog that did not do well when she wasn't feeling good. So it was the right choice. So that's what happened right when we got home from Israel, before all the quarantine stuff and everything happened. So that was how we started our trip back to the States.